Hey, what's going on, gamers? Welcome back to another Monsters Adventure. Now today I'm going to be doing an analysis video on this new monster named Fatid. And not just that, I also wanted to make this video to figure out if this monster really is worth 25 laps. Because usually, I'm pretty sure most of you remember back then in old team race, it used to be 15, no, not 15 laps, what am I saying? 14 laps for just a level 115. And then usually teams used to compete to get that monster. Whichever team was first gets the monster. But now it don't really matter, because if two teams compete and then they both have the same amount of laps, they both get the monster, this monster, of course. But I just couldn't understand, because now it's 50 laps just to get them to like level 120, but just not that. 25 laps to get this monster to level 115. I mean, I don't know. We need to figure out if this monster is really worth 25 laps. I mean, you could also say 10 laps, because 10 laps is when you get the monster to like level 100. That's all. No ranks up, no rank up anything. But he is actually usually strong when you get him to like level 115, and players want that. A lot of players do. But let's go ahead and see his, I guess, skills and figure out if this monster is really worth 25 laps. Let's take a look at his status. Level 100, power will be 2,400, 45,000 life, and 3,069 speed with 140 stamina. And then that's his description. If you wanna, pause the video and look at it real quick, you can. It's something that has to do with Dr. Hazard, with his chemicals and stuff like that. That's how he was created, I guess you could say. So then his status at level 115 will be 3,900. Well, that's his power. His life is almost 60,000 with 3,487 speed, almost 3,500. Let's count it as that. And then his stamina is, of course, 140. Now let's take a look at his status at level 120. He has 4,000 power with 65,000 life, and his speed is 3,627 with 140 stamina. So of course, what's his name? His trait is, of course, mountain. It is immune to freeze and stun. And then his relic slots is trap with sword. I don't know what sword is actually, to be honest. Okay, it's not showing up. But combat role is tank. He is a tank monster, just to let you know. So yeah, let's take a look at his skills now. So we're gonna start off with skills group 2. Because on skills group 1, he learns his physical damage and a few other skills that we don't really care about. But starting off with skills group 2, this is learned from 20, 25, 30, 30, 45, and higher to like level 90. All right, so first we have putrid organisms. This one, it heals itself and applies poison to all the enemies. So it heals himself just by 40%. It is not for all allies. If it was for all allies, that would have been so good, because it's a really helpful skill. But then we have Rotten Claw. This one is a massive nature damage. So it attacks one enemy and then applies poison and bleeding to that enemy. Whatever enemy that it attacks, it just adds poison and bleeding. So then we have Vein Worms. This one, it restructs one ally. That's really good. With 100% life, that is really good. Applies triple damage to one ally. Ally will die after 2 turns. No, why would you have to add that 2-turn death? That is so bad. Okay, one thing that I really hate about this skill is, of course, that they added this delayed kill, which just kills the ally after 2 turns, which is really bad, because I mean, it kind of makes sense, because you're restructuring your ally to you're just restructuring him, and then after 2 turns he's gonna be dead. But if you use this in war, it's not really the best skill, because I mean, well, okay, this is kind of confusing, but I mean, if your teammates, I mean, if your ally, one of your allies, dead already, and then you use the skill on him to revive him, it is helpful, but you have to protect him, because after 2 turns he's dead. But this is the thing: if you have a monster that removes all the negative effects, you could use his skill to remove all the negative effects from all your allies, and then that the delay kill will be removed, and then he'll be all good. So that's a really good skill, not gonna lie. so you can actually remove that delayed kill from him if you have a monster. So always use a monster with him that has let's say if you're using this monster and you got him actually from the Prick Steam race, then go ahead and use a monster that removes all the negative effects, because after you use that, you got to use that, you know, the other skill to actually remove all the negative effects. But triple damage really helps out too. I don't know how many turns. The triple damage is just one turn. That is alright, I guess. But if it was like 2 or 3 turns, that would have been so good. Okay, then we have decomposing body. This one is it applies healing and regeneration to itself, and it gives 1 extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. So this monster, so far, I've seen that he's most likely a supporter, and yeah. So this skill, it applies double healing. I don't know what that it means, but yeah. What is it called? It applies regeneration to itself and gives 1 extra turn to itself. So this is just for himself. It's not for any of his allies. You can't really use on any of your other allies, but just for yourself. And then we have infected breath. This one, it's a multiple enemies. It's a multiple skill, I guess you could say. And then it deals moderate nature damage to all enemies and applies poison and bleeding to all enemies. This one's a really good skill. This is most likely it's okay, so this skill reminds me of that other monster that we did analysis on, the future monster that's coming out. If you haven't seen my analysis video on him, I forgot his name, but that monster, this skill is actually pretty close to that skill that he had. But then we have vein worms infestation. This is restricts all allies with 50% life, applies double damage to all allies, and all allies will die after 1 turn. Why is this monster even made? Come on, Social Point. Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, you guys already get why this skill is so bad. Because, I mean, one thing is that okay, so if you lost 2 monsters, let's say, and then you have this monster left, you're gonna use this skill to restruct them. But then they'll only be alive for with half of their life, and they will have like a double damage, which helps them, you know, increase their damage and, you know, have a higher chance of killing the enemy. And not just that, but they will die after 1 turn, which kind of sucks. So this monster, I think that he's a really good legendary monster, but it's just that I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to. Let me know what you guys think about this monster, okay? I mean, he could be worth 25 laps or 50 laps, I guess you say. Well, I wouldn't say 50 laps. I would just say 25 laps. Yes, he's worth it, but not 50 laps if you want to get him to like level 120. He's not really a attacker. So, okay, one thing I want to say, he's not really the best attacker, but I mean, yes, we saw some of the attack skills, but he's most likely a supporter. So, if you could just get him to like level 115, that's great. You don't really have to go for 120, but if you want to, then go ahead and do so. But level 100, even like level 100 or level 115, that is still alright. That is still alright, I guess. That's just my opinion, okay? I mean, a lot of players disagree with me, but I think it's alright. If you want to add on some runes for him, I would prefer 2 team speeds with 1 life rune, I guess you say, or I don't really know, to be honest. This monster is just, he's a tank monster, so just definitely add speed on him, but I don't know about life rune. So whatever you want to do, go ahead and add on that 3rd rune. But I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you all enjoyed today's analysis video on this new monster, Fatid. If you like this monster, go ahead and drop a like. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and drop a like too. But if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, go ahead and do so. We're really close to 10,000 subscribers, so go ahead and help me out. But anyway, thanks for watching. Also, my next video. Peace out.